What's going on, everybody? It's TripleCrown24. Good to see you again. Today's video, I'm going to be showing off some recent pickups as well as a 2-card SGC submission reveal. And we're going to start with the latter. Big hats off to Miko for helping out with this one. I've always wanted to give SGC a try, and this was kind of a trial run. I sent in 2 cards kind of to see how I would personally grade them compared to how they came out, and SGC and I both agreed on the grades, which is good. It's a sign to me that I am seeing the cards well and identifying them properly. So the first one up here is one of the newer members of the Los Angeles Dodgers. It is very weird to say that, and I gotta say, seeing him in a blue jersey is perhaps even more weird, since he's been with primarily red teams his entire career. 2001 Fleer Triple Crown, Albert Pujols rookie. Technically a prospect card, as you see down here, but rookie year, numbered to 2,999, came back a mint 9, as expected. And the second card here, been looking at getting some more of my Sapphires graded. This one looked particularly nice, and I've been really focusing on the 16s, so I decided to give it a shot. And here I got a Gem Mint 10 on the Kershaw, so that was great. If I sound a little weird in today's video, it's because I'm a bit congested and I have a bit of a sore throat. It's allergy related, not anything else, so no worries on that front. I'll be fine, but I'll probably keep this video on the shorter side. With that said, let's go ahead and get into stuff for the Cabrera collection. And like most of you, I've had a hard time finding stuff at reasonable prices. It's pretty much across the board. People are talking about a dip. I see it in some places. For the stuff I'm going after, not as much. And I have some ideas as to why that may be. But I'm scooping up what I can when I can. And I'm pretty happy with this little stack I'm going to show off today that's come in over the last month or so. Got in this 2021 Tribute Dual Relic with Ivan Rodriguez, Hall of Famer. Pudge is typically pictured with the Rangers when you see him with Topps. Sometimes Panini will venture out into maybe some of the more obscure teams he's been with, but every once in a while Topps kind of throws us Tigers fans a bone and picture him with the Old English D, which is exactly what he has here, well, at least on his cap since he's wearing the road jersey. But here he is with Miggy on this dual relic numbered to 50, which is a good-looking card. I mentioned Sapphire earlier. I'm a big fan of the Sapphire product, and it's one of those that I've been incredibly worried about pretty much in the last year or so, because I feel that Topps is kind of starting to overdo it. They started going into soccer and Formula One Sapphire, but within baseball there's pretty much a Sapphire for every Bowman release now. And there's also this one, which is Chrome Update, which takes the entire Topps update checklist and puts it in Sapphire form. So it's certainly not as elusive as it was back in 2016 and 17 when they were produced as complete factory sets. The formatting has definitely undergone some massive overhauls in the past few years, but for the time being, I still enjoy it. And I think the singles are absolutely beautiful. The problem sometimes is finding those singles on the market at reasonable prices. This is one of those that was, and it's the first time I found a green that was under like $40, I think. These are numbered to 45. And I just really like to see all the different colors. I've yet to find a Sapphire parallel that I really don't like. I've seen all of them in person to this point. I don't own all the different parallels, but I've at least seen them in person, and I can say that I do quite enjoy them. So this one's kind of got that emerald look to it there as I shake it in the light. Very sharp looking card. Next up, this is a card where when I first started seeing these, I really wanted Miggy to appear in this set. And Downtown is a insert set that is more so associated with football and basketball. It's where it originated at, and I figured it was probably inevitable before they moved it over to baseball. And just being from Detroit, that's where I kind of consider my home still, despite I haven't lived there for over a decade now. It's cool to see all the little nods to the city, see the buildings in the background. Downtown district near the stadium is probably where some of the taller buildings are, I would say. You have, of course, the Motown music in the background there with the singers, the soul music, as well as the record player down below, which is very cool. And of course, the auto industry, you had to know that was going to be alluded to a couple of times with the 2 cars and the stack of tires there. So this is pretty much as good as I could hope for. When I saw that this was going to be released in 2021 Diamond Kings, I had to pick one up, and it's even cooler in person than it was on camera, which is kind of the theme here for the last few pickups I'm going to show off. How about this one? 2020 Finest Flashbacks Black Refractor. Now, I don't have a sleeve on it, which I normally do with my slabbed cards. It's because I actually shelled out a few bucks to get a few of these Case Card Pros, and I had seen them a few YouTubers that showed them off, and sometimes it's a bad idea to YouTube and eBay at the same time because you get inspired to go looking for something and it leads down a few rabbit holes. Well, that's what happened to me. But I gotta say, this is one that I'm very happy with. Protects the slabs very well. I've put some of my higher end cards for the store in some of these, as well as some of my better slabbed cards in my collection. And when I saw this one, I figured with the black border, it would look really sharp in one of those cases. So I picked this up. These are becoming incredibly hard to find. This set has pretty much stood the test of time over the past year in terms of popularity. I still see people actively talking about this set in various places and picking up singles from the set. I think Topps definitely knocked it out of the park with this Finest Flashbacks. I don't think it's necessary to bring it back this year. But we all know how Topps is. There'll probably be Sapphire Finest Flashbacks. Just kidding, but maybe not kidding. We'll see. So the Black Refractor, number 25, will go alongside my regular refractor and gold, along with the base, the former 2 numbered, or print runs of 50, I should say. Probably about as far as I'll go with these. The reds that I've seen pop up are pretty crazy in terms of asking price. And the owner of the Superfractor, well, I have a very long story I could tell about that, but I will save that for a different day. The penultimate pickup here is actually the final card I'm going to show off. And it's a precursor to what I'm going to end the video on. In fact, the last time I made a video focused around my collection was when I got in the base version of this card, and finally my autograph version has arrived. And I say it is finally, but in reality, Topps got this out fairly quickly. I wasn't expecting this, or the estimated window didn't really start until mid-July around the All-Star break. And this came back in late May, early June. It is the blue, so the base version of the autograph. From the first homer of the season in the snow, I was looking at the blue and the orange. I believe the oranges are out of 5 or out of 10, which those were kind of crazy in terms of price. I just couldn't justify that. But it was cool to have the blue. I just wanted a team colors one because I thought those looked the best. And I could really only afford to get one. So a good friend of mine who's also a huge Miggy collector has one of the best Miggy collections out there. He was able to hook me up over pre-order on this and then got it to me safe and sound. So big thank you to him. And I love this image so much. And I bought a 10-pack of the regular base version, hoping to find a parallel. I did not. The parallels are still kind of out of my range, but I'm going to take the camera now and we're going to take a little field trip over to the other side of my desk behind the computer. And I love that image so much that about a week ago at the Dallas show, in fact, I think it was 2 weeks ago now, I was sent a photo of this by Mike Baseball Collector, with an asking price on it. And I was very tempted to go after it. I was kind of having a crummy day, a stressful day as well, a hungover day as well, if I'm being quite frank. And I was about to say, you know what, go ahead and grab it, I'll PayPal you now. But I was told to FaceTime him whenever I got a chance. So I'm like, okay, I guess he wants me to negotiate with the dealer myself. Well, there was no negotiation that had gone on. In fact, he had given me the unfortunate news that this piece was had been sold. Kind of a bummer, but I mean, I guess, oh well, I'll find another one someday. Well, it was actually sold to none other than Blue Jacket 66. One of the most generous people in this community, in this hobby, that I've ever come across. Someone who I greatly look up to, inspires me to produce content, to be just a good influence in the hobby. And this might have been an unintended consequence of his actions, but I almost teared up when I had heard that he had gotten this for me. So he made the deal happen. Mike, I have to give a special thank you to for the assist. He's the one who shipped it out to me. And late one night, the UPS man came up to the door and delivered to me what you're about to see here. And I'm going to have to apologize for the glare. There's really no way around it here. There it is. The Fanatics exclusive photo of his home run in the snow. I'm going to stand up here, hopefully to reduce some of the glare. Tried to play around with the blinds before shooting this video. I'm also using my phone, which I don't normally do, so apologies if the quality isn't there. But there you see it. Just absolutely fantastic. This signature, man, his signature, when they give him room to really just flow with the pen, he does a good job. And there's plenty of room here. This is a 16 by 20. I do have, I don't know if I've ever shown this off on the channel before, and my lamp is on over there, so it's going to produce a lot of glare. You can see it in the reflection. This Barry Sanders 16 by 20 that it goes right next to, so I get to look up at this while I'm working every single day. And it just reminds me of all that I'm thankful for in the community. The remembering this moment, which has become one of my favorite Miggy moments in history, this home run here in the snow. But also the community and how much the community means to me. And this piece is very symbolic of it. All the friendships that I've gained, not just Dave and Mike, but everyone who I've become friends with over the past 3+ years now, which is crazy to think about, of producing content on this channel. And all that I'm thankful for in the hobby. So Dave, once again, thank you so much. I can't really put into words how much this means to me, and I'm not going to try to. I'm just going to say thank you, as I have, and just leave you guys with this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in Chicago in about 7 weeks at the National. It's time to go rest my voice. Until then, take care and be kind.